But if you think about this idea of like connectivity, which I have to be honest, I don't think I realized, but they said it on stage, so I'm allowed to repeat it. Columbia, right, the outdoor kind of, the outerwear company, I have my jacket, Columbia, with like, the
big outdoor sports brand.
Exactly. It's great. They were saying that on Black Friday, they had fiber cut and lost, right, like connectivity to stores. And they said on Black Friday, stores are doing $10,000 an hour. So if you think about, if you don't have a backup, right, you can't connect to a satellite or anything like that, you're truly down. I mean, you're doing stuff, and if you don't have like mobile POS, well, depending on how that's connecting, right, you start to think about some of the challenges. And so when you look at it, what I found is if we can look at it from a constructive perspective, right, where it helps as opposed to where it hurts, I feel like employees start to think about, oh, okay, and we can do retail media now, right? There are other reasons why this is a huge opportunity. And I think so. It was interesting being at CS. Samsung talked about this idea of like liberation from housework. The average American does like 2.5 hours of housework a day. And so like we saw LG had like this shirt folding robot, which went so-so in the demo, unfortunately in front of everybody. And but you started to see, right, but they were all single purpose. And what you started to realize is that for a very long time, right, these aren't going to be all-knowing robots, right? They're going to do one thing. They might fold your laundry. They might put your dishes in the dishwasher. They might like sweep your floor. But right, you're going to need to have like, I was like thinking about, I'm like, I'm going to need to have a bigger apartment for all the robots, right? It's not just the robots that are like vacuuming your floor or mopping your floor now. And so you start to think about that. And I'm like, it's just going to take a lot longer. And I also think when it comes to retail, the most important thing is, right, the customer retailer brand relationship. We're advising our clients to put even more people in the store to 100%. Build that. And so
there is a backlash to being separated. COVID separated us all. People want connection. We're human beings, and if you want real brand integrity and connect and movement and loyalty and experience, it's people to people. I still think it's still people to people.